The Aviators are back in A-Town. It's Alliance and Northwest up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field, say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one, it's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs the point, and it's alive, Hanson pushes it over, unbelievable. We play on, it's blocked, we're tied, unbelievable.
Well, good evening once again, and welcome to Harry Fales Gymnasium, home of the Alliance Aviators, as the 0-0 Aviators welcome in the 1-0 Northwest Canal Fulton Indians. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening in what looks to be a great game between two teams who have seen each other a lot over the years, but this battle, it has been dominated by Powder Blue. 3 of the last 4 have belonged to the Aviators, with the game 2 years ago going in favor of the Indians, 67-66, led by Chase Badger, the senior dual threat quarterback. The Indians look to get back in the win column against the Aviators, who are led out by junior star J.R. Jackson, the hero in the playoff victory at Holy Name back early in March. He will look to bring that energy back to this court. And another new face for the Aviators, Mount Union legend Colin Gurley making his assistant coach debut. Coached the JV game just gone, and now he will make his debut on the sidelines as an assistant for Coach Harper of the Aviators. Looking at our starting lineup, a good one for both sides. A junior set for the Aviators and a mixture of juniors and seniors for the Indians, led out by Chase Badger and junior Tristan Pennington. Those two will be the players to watch for Northwest, along with Tyler Pappas, the senior wearing number 2. And with that, we will step aside for our PA announcements and be back on momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harry Fales Gymnasium, the home of the Alliance Aviators. We live in the greatest Starters. Senior number 2, Chase Badger.
Once again, good evening from Harry Fales Gymnasium, home of the Alliance Aviators. The Aviators, their first time on this court since February, and they look to make a statement against the Northwest Canal Fulton Indians once again. We'll toss the starting 5 on the scoreboard once again. As you can see, a lot of good players, all juniors from Alliance, and that will hopefully, if you're an Aviator fan, lead them to victory. It's Kavion Thomas for the Aviators going up for the tip, and for Northwest, the visitors on your scoreboard, they will send Brady Lance, the senior, to match up against Thomas. One jump ball later, and we are underway. The Aviators playing in their first game of the new campaign. Last year, a 9-15 record, but that doesn't matter. They got something more important, a road playoff victory in Parma, 61-51 over the Holy Name Green Wave. It looks like we will redo the jump ball. So a little anticlimactic start here, and actually it looks like we're not going to. A lot of confusion early on, only 4 seconds running off the clock, but that doesn't matter. We still have plenty of confusion. The Indians will inbound, and inbounding it is Caleb Hearn, the senior. Hearn surveying the court inbound. Chase Badger, the give and go. Hearn in the corner, plays it back. Lance to the top of the arc. Pappas, the 3 from Badger. It's in! Chase Badger opens the scoring tonight in Alliance. Chase Badger, an excellent quarterback and an excellent sharpshooter. He now has 3 points. Pennington Top of the arc, Cole Pasco, bounce pass inside for Jackson. Jackson takes it back outside the paint. J.R. Jackson spinning right, the step back mid-range, money! J.R. Jackson on the board. And quickly on the other end, a turnover from the Indians. Alliance will take it up the center. Burton, the floater off the glass, no good. Rebound Pennington. Both sides wanting to get out to a quick start. If you're Alliance, getting that basket from J.R. Jackson, a good sign of things to come. If you're Northwest, getting that three from Badger, that is huge. The three from Pappas, money! Tyler Pappas matching the efforts of Chase Badger. 6-2, Northwest leads. All 6 points coming from outside the arc thus far. Burton, logo, picks out J.R. Jackson. Jackson in the playoff victory at Holy Name last year. 17 points, just outside the arc, it's in! J.R. Jackson now with 5. And Jackson only getting started this evening, the leading scorer for both sides. Played back Pennington, the step back three. This time no good, rebound Thomas. Alliance forcing a missed three from Northwest. That will be their first miss from outside the arc. Jackson hit as he attempted to drive. First foul of the game goes against the Indians. And it will go against Hearn. Burton 2 inbound for the Aviators. 6 minutes left to go in the opening frame. 6-4 as it looks like they reverse Jackson's three. Pasco unable to tip it in, out of play. And it looks like it will stay down this side. So Jackson 4 points opposed to 5 after the late switch. Burton 2 inbound. Jackson open in the corner, quickly closed down. Thomas puts it up, hanging no good, and an off-ball foul in the mess. And the Indians will take back possession. And it is Kavion Thomas called for the foul. So far this season, Northwest 1-0 with a victory over Norton, 70-49. The leading scorer in that game, Chase Badger with 21, followed by Tyler Pappas and Tristan Pennington, each with 16. Burton tips it back outside the arc. Sears will take it up for the Aviators. Another forced turnover. Jackson matched up against Chase Badger. Burton. Cam Burton. Single hand pass, tipped out of play by Pennington, and we will see our first substitution of the game as Carson Nicky checks in for Pennington. Nicky, one of many players on this Northwest team known for their ability on the gridiron, as they were the leaders of one of the best, if not the best, Northwest team in the 2000s. Pasco just inside the arc against Nicky, plays it top, the mid-range jumper, off front iron, no good from Sears, and the Indians will get their stop and take it up the floor. Pappas against the press of Pasco, and a foul called against Pasco. Pasco, another two-sport athlete on the court. You may remember him from many good saves this past season as a member of the Alliance boys soccer team. Their season ended up ending at the hands of crosstown rivals Marlington. Hearn, top of the arc, inside the paint. Nicky kicks it back out. Pappas, the fake, inside the paint. Strip tips away. Loose ball on the deck. And Pappas gets it. Jackson hits it out of play. And it will remain with the Indians. After a couple of quick baskets, the scoring drying up a little bit. 4:51 remaining in the opening frame. 6-4, Badger for his second three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Pasco going for the loose ball. Pappas gets it, and it looks like it will stay with Northwest. So once again, a loose ball causing chaos. Lucky not to see a foul called on either side. Pappas into the corner, Chase Badger. Pappas from the S. off the front of the rim. Once again, no good. Northwest not putting enough zip on their shots early on. Sears, Pasco on the line. No good, just inside the arc, snatched quickly. Burton, the putback, not there. Thomas, the third attempt, hit from behind, and he will go to the charity stripe. So a lot of action in the paint on that possession. Getting loose balls off the offensive glass is huge if you're Alliance right now, down by 2. But if you're Northwest, you need to defensively clean up the glass. Second chance points will kill you in a game like this early in the year. Thomas unable to connect on the first. Northwest making some changes. Tristan Pennington back in, along with Logan Ullman, Chase Badger's main target going back to football season. Thomas trying to split the pair, he does. Thomas, the first non-J.R. Jackson Aviator on the board. 6-5, Northwest still leads. Pappas takes it up into the corner. Nicky plants, and a travel called against Carson Nicky. It will go the opposite way. Few errors early on in the game, and once again, that is to be expected. This is early on in a season. Not everything is going to be clear-cut. Not everything is going to be easy. It's about making the most of these chances early and potentially getting a huge win to start your season. Jackson going towards half court. Still J.R. Jackson off the screen, set by Kavion Thomas. Jackson spinning right the mid-range. Bounces out, no good. Thomas grabs the loose ball, posts up, puts it up, no good. Tipping around, and a loose ball foul called against Alliance. Once again, a lot of action inside the paint. Both sides scrapping for possession. Tajay Nicholson and Samuel Hayes checking in for the Aviators, with Pasco and Thomas checking out. Thomas now with 2 fouls early on, so Cole Pasco will most likely have to be the main center, along with Hayes with his 6'5" height. Quick play up the court. Hearn can't keep it, and a foul called against Hearn as he tangles himself up with Sears. The fouls becoming more plentiful at this point in the game. 3:34 remaining in the opening quarter. 6-5, Northwest is your score. Still no points inside the arc from the visitors. Sears to inbound, picks out Burton and up to Sears, and a foul called. Pennington the culprit. No more fouls to give from Northwest, as one more would send the Aviators to the line. So far today, 1 for 2. So if you're Northwest, that could be a strategy implemented down the stretch of quarter number 1. Jackson chucking it up the floor. Burton inside to the corner. No good on the attempt from Hayes. Rebound Nicky. 3:15 remaining in the opening quarter. Nicky handing it off. Pennington. Nicky directing traffic. Gets Badger open, into the corner goes Pennington, driving, pivoting, back out Badger, pumps inside the paint, puts it up, no good, too rich off the glass, rebound Nicholson. Tremendous job by Nicholson, getting big, getting bold, and making sure the ball stays with him. Burton from downtown, rolls out, no good. Nicholson, the hustle, keeps it in play. High point pass, beautiful ball inside. Jackson puts it up and in. Samuel Hayes, the court vision, and J.R. Jackson, the precision. 7-6 Alliance leads. Nicky taking inside the paint corner. Badger rolls in, finally, out and in. Chase Badger now with 6. 9-7, Northwest regains their lead. Burton stripped from behind Pennington. No one close, and he will lay it in. Pennington on the board. The Indians now in double figures. 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Burton chucking it up the floor. Good ball inside. Nicholson puts it up and swatted away by Pennington. Still out of play. The Aviators will keep it, but Pennington, the basket on the offensive end and the block on the defensive. Cash Brisker, the sophomore, 2 inbound for the Aviators. No look into Hayes, and Hayes will lose it, taken in by Pennington. No look pass, Nikki Badger, no good, tipped away, and a loose ball taken in by Jackson against Parker Kraft. Parker Kraft, a tough player to go up against, whether it be on the gridiron or on the basketball court. In round 1 of the OHSAA football playoffs, Kraft ran for 426 yards against Orange in Northwest, one and only playoff victory. That game was something special. Parker Kraft showing plenty of heart and showing why no matter what sport he plays, he can make an impact. After the 5th foul of the first quarter committed by Northwest, J.R. Jackson will go to the charity stripe with 6 points to his name. Make it 7. All but one of Alliance's points thus far belong to J.R. Jackson. One possession game, once again, 11-8. Jackson to make it 11-9, he does. Jackson now with 8 points. Badger on the inbound will give it back to Pennington. Kraft keeping it in play, trying to pick out Ullman, can't do so. The Aviators work quickly, off the glass, no good, rebound Hayes. The fadeaway, no good, rebound Northwest, and taking it up the center is Pennington. Badger, uncontested triple, it's in! Chase Badger with 9, 3 triples in the opening frame. Chase Badger, dual threat quarterback, dual threat athlete. Hayes taking it inside, pivoting, and it looks like we will have another foul called. Carson Nicky this time, and that will send the Aviators back to the charity stripe. 1:10 left to go in the first quarter at Harry Fales Gymnasium. 14-9 Northwest is your score. Sam Hayes had a tremendous assist moments ago, goes to the line and misses his first. Scoring breakdown so far for Alliance. J.R. Jackson with 8, Kavion Thomas with 1. For Northwest, Badger has 9, Pennington has 2, and Pappas has 3. Alliance scrambling to get back on defense. Pennington will take it. Less than a minute to go in the opening quarter. Pennington takes it himself, uncontested, and the finger roll. He now has 4. 16-9, Northwest leads. Bounce pass, Brisker to the corner, Nicholson for 3, rolls out, no good, rebound Pappas. Pappas plays it off, and Pennington will methodically take it up the floor. 30 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Pennington cutting left, takes it himself off the glass, no good, but he is fouled in the process, sending him to the line for 2. Another substitution incoming for Northwest after the first free throw. Brady Lance will check in, along with Parker Kraft. Still after subbing out early in the frame, no sign of Kavion Thomas. Pennington, his first. Unlucky, bounces out, no good. Kraft checking in for Chase Badger. And Badger, a bright future ahead of him, whether it be in basketball or in football. I'm sure the offers are aplenty for both. Pennington second, that time it's money. The junior splits. And Pennington subs out as Lance finally comes in. 17-9, Northwest leads with 25 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Potentially Alliance waiting for the final shot. Burton trying to find Nicholson, picks him out. Back to Burton, J.R. Jackson, Kraft immediately closing down the lane, 10 seconds. The triple, no good, bouncing out of play, but kept in by Hayes, intercepted by Northwest. At the buzzer, the heave-ho! No good, and into the cheerleaders. End of one in A-Town. It's Northwest up 17-9 over the Alliance Aviators. This is high school basketball on SmeeSports, presented by Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. We will step aside. One quarter complete at Harry Fales Gymnasium. It is the Northwest Indians up 17-9 over the Alliance Aviators. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Lance matched up against Cross. Cross picks it up and will snag it. Good defense from him, and here come the Indians. It's too easy off the glass. Pappas now has 5. It's a double-digit lead for the Indians. Burton will circle back, and now the offense will roll. Still, Cam Burton picks out J.R. Jackson. Jackson against Parker Kraft goes to the right, the mid-range floater, it's in. Jackson now with 10. Here come the Indians quickly down the floor. Pappas plays it back. Jackson almost a steal, overcommits, loose ball on the deck, and Northwest will keep it. Lance just outside the arc, picks out Cross, and back to Lance. Hearn. Northwest still led by Chase Badgers, 9 points, all of which have come from outside the arc. Lance attempted to pass, couldn't get the ball out in time. The Aviators will take it back, and a double change ensues for the Indians. Badger and Pennington on. 6:50 left to go in the first half. 19-11 is your score in favor of Northwest. So far, Alliance, a heavy reliance on J.R. Jackson, and that is what we expected heading into this matchup. A lot of J.R. Jackson, especially down the stretch in games. Expect to see number 1 fed early and often in big situations. Good bounce pass into Pasco, unable to connect. Northwest aboard, courtesy of Alliance. Badger in the corner, pumps, and out of play. Instead, they call it travel. Either way, it goes back to Alliance. Badger tried working quickly, but too quick. Badger's speed sometimes too much for his own good. Burton up the center, loses it. It goes back to the Indians, and here comes Pappas and company. Pappas off the glass and in. Pappas now with 7. Northwest back up by 10. A quick fire offense for Northwest has been their recipe for success. Alliance going more methodical with mixed results. Burton, top of the arc, takes it in from the elbow, bounces out, no good, and the rebound goes to Pasco. Too easy for Cole as he banks it in. First field goal of the game scored by Alliance, not from J.R. Jackson. Hearn being double teamed to the A on the far side. Pappas unable to connect from downtown. Rebound J.R. Jackson, and J.R. will work quickly. Jackson going left. Burton from downtown, no good, and Northwest will get their stop and push the floor. Pennington, top of the arc, will circle back. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. High pass inside, Lance to the corner, Pappas rolls in and out, no good. Rebound Chase Badger, and Badger will toss it off of Hayes. Double change for both sides. Brisker and Thomas in for the Aviators. Nicky along with Allman in for the Indians. Kavion Thomas, this is the first time we are seeing him since he committed his second foul of the first quarter. Pappas wide open, goes against Thomas. The Indians look to attack the matchup, and it pays dividends. Pappas, the finger roll and basket. Expect Northwest to attack Kavion Thomas, especially given his 2 fouls. They want him out of the game, and the best way to do so, get him in deep foul trouble. On the other end, it's Alliance with the easy basket. Henry Scheibel. Scheibel now with 2. 4:15 left to go in the first half. Allman bounces it behind Pappas. Pappas with 9, matching the efforts of Chase Badger. Pennington. Pappas pumps. Nicky, the no-look inside, and off the glass and in from Pennington. Pennington now with 7 points. Timeout called by the Aviators to talk things over. Once again, Northwest, they go back into a single-digit lead, but immediately bring it back to double figures. 25-15 Northwest, 4 to go in the second. Back at Harry Fales Gymnasium, home of the Aviators, but right now it is Northwest making it their home. 25-15, the Indians lead. Alliance will take possession after the timeout called by head coach Chet Harper. High pass inside, J.R. Jackson. Back outside, Scheibel the 3, no good. Rebound Pappas, and Pappas will take it quickly. Into the corner, Badger plants, takes it in, pumps, puts it up, and no good. Almost a tremendous sequence, rejected by the rim. And now here come the Aviators. Brisker going quick, puts it up, and he is fouled. Great sequence by Alliance. They're working quicker. They're catching Northwest off guard. If we can see more of this style from the Aviators, they have a chance to make a comeback in this game. However, if we see more methodical offense with them not winning, that will only open the door for Northwest to extend their lead. The first from Cash, no good. And as well, once again, this is the assistant coaching debut of Mount Union legend Colin Gurley, as well an Archbishop Hoban legend. He was their all-time leading scorer until January of last year, where Jonas Nichols took it over for him. Once again, Hoban winning the state title in 2023 for Division I. Taking it on the steal, Nicholson making plenty of big plays, and Northwest fighting for possession, won't keep it. They attempt the shoe shine, but not there. Thomas, it looks like, will sub back in for the Aviators, and the call has been reversed. Northwest ready to inbound. I would say that is the right call for sure. Nicky taking it inside, puts it up, unable to get it to go, and a charge called. Difficult to get a charge called at any level, but a great job by the Aviators there, and that will help them take back possession. Still a Mountain 2 climb, down by 10. Inbound, and here come the Aviators. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Brisker directing traffic for Alliance. Jackson looking to get open. He still has a game high of 10. Inside, Pasco pivoting. Back top of the arc, picked off. Too easy for Pappas, and Pappas lays it in. Pappas now with 11, the first player to reach that number. Outside, Jackson, the 3, it's in! J.R. Jackson from downtown. Alliance's first 3 of the ball game puts them back within 9. Handed back outside the arc, Lance. Runs being made, Allman the man intended, somehow finds Pappas. Pappas puts it up and is fouled by Kavion Thomas. That will be Thomas's 3rd foul of the game, and he is a little shaken up.
Thomas, his 3rd, team's 1st.
And it looks like we will have a change. Hayes probably to sub in for the aforementioned Thomas. First basket from the free throw line, good. Pappas leading the way now with 12. And Thomas will sub out. We will most likely not see him until the second half. Pappas, his second, bounces, no good, tipped out of play, and it will go to the Aviators. Like clockwork, Northwest has led Alliance by 10. A low-scoring affair thus far, 28-18. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Jackson into the corner and out of play. Scheibel couldn't control Northwest, catches a break, and they will push the floor. The Indians, they don't have to do anything crazy as of now. They're up by 10. They can control the tempo of this game in the final 2 minutes of the opening half. And to their credit, they have done a tremendous job controlling the tempo up until now. Pappas fakes in the corner, the floater, it's in! Tyler Pappas dominating the paint. Brisker takes it up the floor. Alliance looking for something, down by 12. Brisker plays it high inside. Hayes, the 3 from outside, it's good. Scheibel now has 5. Into the corner, Pappas fakes. Back outside the handoff, Allman. And it will settle with Pennington. Alliance down by 9, Pennington dribbling left, the bounce pass, and he is fouled. And it looks like it will go against Northwest, an off ball. 1:03 left to go in the first half. Still a lot to unpack from the opening 16 minutes of play. What Alliance has done well, what they've struggled with. Northwest, their fast start. Can they hold on when the going gets tough? Close games, they have been favored in against the Aviators. It's the big blowouts that Alliance tends to win. Brisker, bounce pass, Pasco floats it and in! Alliance within 7. Now Northwest might have to pick up the tempo a little bit more than they want to. Pennington takes it up quickly just inside the arc. 2-match, no good. Pappas fights for the rebound, and a foul will be called. Only the second of the frame going against the Aviators. And Pasco called for the foul, his second. Quick inbound, Pennington puts it up and lays it in. Pennington now with 9 points. 32-23, Northwest leads. Bounce pass, J.R. Jackson against Parker Kraft. Takes it inside the key, loses it. Taken in by Allman, and here come the Indians. Pappas in transition, floats it over Brisker, and Brisker gets the board. Or excuse me, Jackson takes it from Brisker. Jackson, 5 seconds left to go, and he is fouled before he can drive. 6 seconds on the clock. The Aviators, one chance to get one shot off before we head to the locker room. Either way, the Indians will have a lead at the break. Definitely a spot where Northwest wants to be. Jackson takes it inside the arc. Seconds remain. The finger roll, no good. One last chunk, not here, and that will do it for the first half of play at Harry Fales Gymnasium. It is Northwest up 32-23 over Alliance. We will step aside and be back on in a few minutes to give our halftime report. This is high school basketball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. back on at Alliance High School. Northwest up 32-23 at the half over the Aviators. If you are a business owner looking to have your company promoted on broadcast, whether it be in the greater Cleveland or Stark County areas, contact me at one of the 3 avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote your business. Thank you to our 4 sponsors from back in the Cleveland area for sponsoring our broadcast, especially of Holy Name Sports. Speaking of Holy Name, they are currently in action at Canfield in a boys basketball game. We do not have a score as of right now, but hopefully we will have some score updates from around the grounds in a little bit. This game flying by so far. The first half only taking around 25 minutes. Definitely a short one. It was a fast-paced start for Northwest. They got out to an early lead, which they have maintained. Alliance, their reliance has been on J.R. Jackson. J.R. Jackson has produced plenty so far, but one player stepping up will not win you a game. Besides J.R. Jackson, Kavion Thomas, who already is in foul trouble with 3 fouls, has 1 point. Scheibel has 5, and Cole Pasco has 4. Otherwise, every other point scored so far belongs to J.R. Jackson. A heavy reliance on him. As for Northwest, a lot of guys making impacts. In fact, 3 of them. Only 3 scores from Northwest, but it doesn't matter. Chase Badger has 9, all of which have come from outside the arc. Then you look at Tristan Pennington, who has 9, and finally, the big man, Tyler Pappas, has a total of 14 points so far, leading the way for Northwest. Looking at J.R. Jackson, we mentioned he had most of the points for the Aviators. He has 13, so only is behind the aforementioned Pappas for either side in the points tally. It is going to be a tough finish for Alliance if their offense can't heat up and their defense can't get stops. Northwest, to win this game, it's simple. Keep doing what they have been doing, and they will win this game. They look like the better team right now, and they definitely have the momentum. With halftime about to conclude, a few keys to victory that come to mind. Chase Badger, if he can be the momentum ender, that would be huge for Northwest. Say Alliance makes a couple of baskets, give the ball to Chase, let him shoot from outside the arc. He makes one, boom, momentum gone. If you are Alliance, you need to find someone other than J.R. Jackson to step up. We know J.R. can do J.R. Jackson things at will. We have seen that so often throughout his 2-year career so far as he begins year 3 tonight. He has the tools to take a team to victory by himself. But this is not the game to take a team to victory by yourself. This needs to be a team victory if the Aviators want to be successful. We will step aside and rejoin the action momentarily. This, once again, is high school basketball on SmeeSports, presented by Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. $16 minutes left to go in the Aviators' home opener. So far, it is all Northwest, 32-23 over Alliance. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. Pappas inside the paint, pivoting, looking for help, and a blocking foul called against Pasco. So a quick foul goes against the Aviators. Northwest a pretty good start to life in quarter number 3, forcing a foul that will force the hand of the Aviators. They need to get the big men in foul trouble. Thomas is already there, and I believe Pasco now has 3. Pennington takes inside to the corner. Badger pumps. Pappas, top of the arc. Good ball movement and spacing outside. Back to the corner, the 3 from Hearn. Rolls out, no good. Rebound, Sears. Sears already being trapped. He needs to find some outlet, finds it in Pasco, and the Aviators just need to get it into their own half. They still can't, and it doesn't matter. A late call. Northwest, their full court press, too much to overcome. That's exactly what Northwest needs to do. Force the hand of Alliance, and that is why they have the lead right now. They have forced them, and they've made errors. A foul called against Badger as he tries to regain possession after it was stolen by Burton. And that will be the 3rd foul of the game against Chase Badger. Burton 2 inbound for the Aviators. Jackson will take it into the backcourt. Once again, he has a team high 13 points. Jackson picks out Burton. Burton, the screen from Hayes. Taken inside, Jackson, flicks to the corner, the 3 from Sears. No good, too rich. Rebound Northwest as Pennington snatches it. Bounce pass, Badger fakes, puts it up, but fouled. 2nd foul of the quarter going against the Aviators, and this one will send Chase Badger to the line. Once again, Chase Badger, the dual threat quarterback of Northwest, now into his senior basketball season, looking to be an impact player like he was for the football team. He now has 10. And that is the 1st foul against Sears. Badger makes both, now has 11 points, 34-23, Northwest leads. Burton taking it up. Badger, the closest Indian. Handoff from behind. Hayes picks out Jackson into the corner. Sears takes it. Sears, bounce pass. Cole Pasco. Back outside the arc. It's J.R. Jackson. Step back triple. No good. Rebound Pennington. Once again, Northwest able to clean the glass with ease. Tristan takes it inside, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken in by Sears, and he is sent to the deck. That foul will go against Brady Lance. And that will be the 2nd foul of the game going against Brady Lance. Burton will take it up the floor for the Aviators, down by 11. Jackson in front of his own bench. Back far side, Sears, Burton, step back triple. Bounces out, no good, rebound Sears. Burton takes it in the corner, bounce pass inside, Hayes puts it up. No good, over Pappas, rebound Alliance. Jackson from downtown, bounces out, no good. Pasco gets it, another chance for the Aviators. Jackson going to his left, and he will take it outside the arc. Now he makes his move. Floater, and 1 for J.R. Jackson. Patience wins the day. Jackson able to drive inside, scores the basket, and now we'll have a chance to cap off a 3-point play. Tajay Nicholson subs in, but before the free throw, a timeout called by Northwest to talk things over. Definitely the right call. Our coverage for the rest of the week is as follows. Tomorrow evening, we will be at Marlington as the Dukes welcome in Minerva. 6:45 tip on Friday. Another Alliance boys basketball game as Salem rolls into town. 7 p.m. tip. And then finally at 1:15 p.m. on Saturday, Minerva comes back to Alliance, this time to Harry Fales Gymnasium in a girls basketball clash. And just capping off the rest of our coverage in 2024, Northwest will host Marlington next Tuesday, and we will be in Canal Fulton for that game. Once again, a 7 p.m. tip. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Trying to get up to 300 subscribers by the end of our coverage of Alliance Sports, so by next Tuesday, December 10th. So if you're new and not subscribed, I ask that you go down below and do so. It costs nothing and it greatly helps out the channel. Jackson at the line trying to cap off the three-point play. It's good. Jackson continues to dominate for the Aviators, but still not enough for the lead. Badger the three, it's in! Chase Badger, his fourth three of the ball game. And there it is, momentum for Alliance. Who does Northwest call? Chase Badger. And a foul called against Northwest. That is Pennington called.
Northwest number 5, Tristan Pennington, his second.
And that is the second foul against Pennington. Fourth of the frame against Northwest. No more to give for the Indians. Burton matched up against Badger. Far side, J.R. Jackson. Top of the arc, Sears. Played inside Burton, almost loses it. Picks out Hayes. Hayes to the glass and rolls out. The and one right there, but falls just shy. Either way, fifth foul of the frame going against the Indians in less than 3 minutes. That will put the Aviators in the bonus. Alliance, their game plan, going to perfection. Force trips to the free throw line. And that is why it's 3 points. Hayes makes it. And that is Hayes' first basket of the game, whether it be from the field or from the line. Hayes to make it 2, rolls out, no good, rebound Pennington. If you're Northwest, if Alliance keeps splitting their free throws, you have to be loving it. Around a 50% free throw rate, not at all what the Aviators had anticipated heading into this one. Pennington stripped by Jackson, only one man to beat, and he does. With ease, he finishes. Alliance back within 8, 4:40 remaining in the third. Nicky Pennington played up. Hearn, Pappas in the corner. In and out, no good. Jackson pushing quickly. Burton to his left. The spin, the easy basket for Jackson. Alliance back within 6. Hope has been restored for the Aviator faithful. Pappas into the corner. Pennington takes it. Tries to kick it out, and a foul called. The third against the Aviators, and that will send Northwest back to the line. Coach Harper not happy with the call. Northwest so far today, they have been solid from the free throw line, and they have 2 more opportunities to extend their lead. It will be Pennington going to the line. He has 9 points so far. Badger has 14, and then there's Pappas. You look at Pappas' performance today, 14 points. He has been everywhere. Those 3, the heartbeat of this Northwest team. Bounce pass going in front of the bench, the shoe shine, and finally it's whistled dead. And it looks like the Aviators will take it. Late call given, and Alliance down by 6 with a 3 would get back within 1 possession. What a turnaround that would be. Burton taking it up the court for Alliance. 4 minutes left to go in the third. Burton out of play, zipping into the bench. Northwest forces the turnover. 4 minutes exactly left to go in the third. 12 minutes of play remaining in regulation. Pennington on the near side, matched up against J.R. Jackson. Pappas had 16 last time out, has 14. Looks to make it 16, and he is fouled. No and one, but still 2 more opportunities to provide a cushion. You look at this Northwest team, their varsity roster, only 1 sophomore, the rest juniors and older. A lot of experience. Alliance, mainly juniors. The experience levels slightly different. 2 sophomores, a bunch of juniors, and 1 senior on this Aviator team. Obviously, a couple of key players, Jaden Proctor and Kayvon Davis, since graduating, and they were key players. But now J.R. Jackson, as the sole star of the team, has done a nice job so far, keeping the Aviators close. Burton plays it. Brisker into the corner, the 3 from Hayes, bounces out, no good, tipped out of play. It will stay with the Aviators. Pappas not happy with the call. You could make an argument it did tip out against the Aviators, but either way, the boys in white will keep possession.
Alliance substitution number 24, Henry Scheibel.
Scheibel subs in for the Aviators. Quick inbound, block from behind. It's Pennington getting big. And on the opposite end, a foul called against Nicholson. Pennington, 2 huge blocks so far.
His first, team spill.
And both teams now in the bonus. Northwest back to the charity stripe. Defense into offense. A tale as old as time. The first bounces out. Close but no cigar for Allman. Allman still looking for his first points of the game. And there it is. Logan Allman on the board. Northwest up by 8, 3:20 remaining in the third. Jackson will take it up the court. Once again, Alliance's next game, an EBC clash with Salem. Brisker pacing forward, foul, no shot, and it will be a foul against Northwest on Nicky. So once again, we will play the free throw game. Brisker going to the charity stripe. Another big week in Alliance. Saturday, Carnegie Mellon rolls into Karas Stadium to take on the Mount Union Purple Raiders. 12 p.m. kickoff. It is going to be a fun one. Alliance, they're waiting for a big playoff win. John Carroll, a huge one last week, but they want to get back to the big time. They haven't won a national championship since 2017. The Mount Union faithful, they want that title. 39-33, Northwest leading by 6. And out of play, it goes to Alliance. I thought that hit an Aviator's shoe, but it looks like the refs don't see it that way. And a subtle sideline warning given to Northwest. But the Indians not happy with that call. Brisker being trapped, timeout called. And it looks like the ref got hit as he tried running in. Jump ball called before the timeout. Coach Harper not happy. Both sides wanting an explanation. It was a good attempt from Coach Harper, getting in, signaling time. He wanted time called, but didn't get it. The Aviators still keep the ball, but another jump ball. Northwest gets it back. If there's a loose ball, you bet your top dollar that Northwest will go for a jump ball. Brisker takes it in, kicks to the corner, and a foul called before the pass. It looks like we will have a very slow descent heading into the fourth quarter. Brisker back to the line. The Aviators, if they make 2, are back within 4. The first bounces in. A tight finish appears to be on the cards. A double change for Northwest, trying to keep players fresh while also having your best players in. Definitely a tough thing to juggle. The second in, swished. Alliance back within 4. They have a chance to complete the comeback in 2 possessions. Hearn takes it into the corner and a foul called before the pass. More and more fouls being called. A lot of players close to fouling out. And that is only the first against Brisker. Jackson in the vicinity, lucky not to be called. But nonetheless, Northwest a chance to get some points back, and they did with that shot. Hearn, his first point of the game. 40-35, Northwest leads. The second, also good. Northwest back up by 6. And right now, if you're the Indians, keep forcing fouls. Force key players out of the game and play the tempo you want to play. Northwest, they have made this court their home, and that is not easy to do. Jackson into the corner, Schreibel the 3, it's in! Henry Schreibel from the corner makes it a 1-possession game. Unbelievable from the Aviators. Now the defense needs to hold up their end of the bargain. Bounce pass inside of Badger, and a foul called, most likely against Schreibel. And it is against Schreibel. Another tough break for the Aviators. Momentum, it's right there in front of them, but so quickly it's gone. But Badger rims out on the first. Alliance praying for a second miss and a rebound. Badger second, money. Badger splits back to a 2-possession game. Brisker takes it up, beating the slight press. Jackson. JR looking for help. Still top of the arc, Schreibel gets open. Hayes gets it, almost stripped by Pennington. Schreibel, no look, Nicholson in the corner, bounces, no good. Jackson goes for the board, rebound Pennington. And it looks like we don't have a foul called. Maybe the longest sequence we've seen in a while. Nicky fakes, plays it back out, Pennington. Hearn. Pennington takes it back at the logo. 1:20 left to go in the third. And another foul call. It's against Northwest. The late decision. Pennington the culprit. And that will be his third. It looked off ball. I don't know exactly what they got him for, but either way, Alliance goes back to the charity stripe, a chance to get back within 2. If you would have offered this scenario to the Aviators down by 12, 30-18, dating back to almost the end of the second quarter, they would have ripped your arm off for it. First one bounces out, no good from Brisker. Still 42-38 Northwest. Brisker, his second. It's good. Brisker now 5 points, all of which have come from the charity stripe. 1:10 remaining in the third. Taken inside the arc, good run, missed on the attempt. Hearn unable to get it to go. Jackson breaks through some defenders. A 3-pointer ties it for the tie. Schreibel off kilter, no good. Rebound Northwest. Pennington, Badger on the far side. Plays it back, top of the arc. The 3 from Pennington. 2 shy, Schreibel aboard. Jackson, bounce pass, Brisker. Schreibel taking it up the floor. Schreibel to tie. Bounces out, no good. Nicholson going for it, loose ball on the floor. Brisker falls on it, and a timeout called. This time, Coach Harper executes it. Another great use of a timeout, Coach Harper. When it matters most, he gets it called. Full timeout for the Aviators. 42-39, Northwest leads. 30 seconds remaining in the third. We will step aside. This is Alliance versus Northwest basketball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. (42-39) Northwest in the lead over Alliance. 30 seconds left to go in the third. After our coverage concludes for 2024 here in Alliance, we will have one of the greatest competitions in all of Ohio, the NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic. 12 games across 3 different days, December 21st, 22nd, and 28th. Stream all 12 games live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Jackson looked like he's dribbling out the clock. Brisker takes it. Alliance goes quick into the corner. Schreibel, the three. Piece gotten by Northwest. The putback not there. Rebound Indians, and they have a chance but thrown out of play. Alliance catches a break. 3.4 seconds left to go in the quarter. A three still ties it. Brisker with 5 to inbound. Brisker inbounds Jackson in the paint, bobbles it out of play. Northwest takes it. Possession trading between both teams quickly. Northwest, one heave-ho, quickly down the court, intercepted. Schreibel can't get a shot off, and that's all she wrote for the third. 3 quarters complete in Alliance. It's Northwest 42, Alliance 39. This is high school basketball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, presented by Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. We will step aside. (42-39) Northwest in the lead over Alliance. 8 minutes left to go in regulation here at Harry Fales Gymnasium. The Indians will take it up the floor to begin the fourth. Hearn being trapped, bounce pass inside Pennington, rejected by Hayes. Huge block from the big man. Still with the Indians, Pennington inside, wins this time and hooks it in. Hayes, a tremendous block, not enough to end possession. Brisker taking his time. Alliance going back to their methodical offense. Hayes, top of the arc. Brisker. Jackson open at the logo and set. Hayes gets it, bounce pass, Pasco to Rich, out of play. Northwest will take it. And this is the Indians forcing Alliance to make errors out of the ordinary. If they can continue this until the end of the game, this will be a Northwest Indian victory. Hearn takes it to the left, puts it up, and swatted, but a foul called against Hayes. You can hear the slap from up here. Only the second foul of the game against Hayes. But either way, that will send the Indians to the line. Hearns first, in. Hearn now with 3. Hayes will sub out of the game. Kavion Thomas back in for the Aviators. He has been in foul trouble all night. 2 fouls in the first quarter, 3 total in the first half. Bounces in on the attempt from Hearn, who now has 4. 46-39, a 7-point lead for Northwest. For the Indians, Triway up next at home on December 6th. The 3 no good from Nicholson. Out of play, Pasco can't keep it. The Indians once again hold up on defense. Badger will play it back to Pennington. Those two of the 3 key players along with Tyler Pappas. We expected the big 3 to be elite tonight, and they have been. Push foul against the Aviators. Their second foul of the frame in less than a minute and a half. Sears subs in for Nicholson. Coach Harper rotating players quickly at this point just to make sure none of his guys foul out. Quick inbound, Pappas puts it up and in. Tyler Pappas continues his great night inside the arc. Brisker directing traffic. It's a 9-point lead for the Indians. This one all but sealed. Brisker inside the paint, puts it up. No foul, no basket. The Indians will survive. The heave-ho, high pass, Badger can't keep it in play. Thomas will take it. A risky play, but up by 9. Northwest wanted to spark the offense. They will remain on defense as that ball goes off of an Indian. Burton checks in for the Aviators in place of Brisker. Last year, Alliance averaging 54.6 points per game while allowing a total of 61.75. Thomas makes that one his first field goal of the day. He has 3. As for Northwest, 67.9 points per game last year while allowing 61.7. Pappas on the line, plays it back inside. Lance, the run from Pennington off the glass and in. Pennington continues to excel. Jackson spinning inside. Badger right there. Burton keeps it in the front court. Alliance needs to be careful. Time quickly fading. Jackson. JR looking for help. Playing inside, Kavion Thomas from the free throw line. Rolls in and out, no good. Rebound Sears out to Burton for 3. Bounces, no good. Rebound Pappas. Another great rebound from Tyler Pappas, bouncing the ball down to himself, making the corral easy. Pappas cutting left on Pasco. Wide open 3 for Pennington. No good. Over behind, still with Northwest. Pappas tries again. It's in! Tyler Pappas from straight away puts the dagger in Alliance. A 12-point lead for Northwest. Too much to overcome. Into the corner, Pasco trying to cut into it, blocked by Pennington. Burton kicks to the corner, Sears the response. Not there. Rebound goes to Northwest. The Indians pounding the points on now. Pappas, top arc, bodying in Euros, and an offensive foul called. Alliance, if they want an avenue back into this game, they need it here. Hayes back in along with Schreibel. If the result holds, Alliance will fall to 0-1 on the year, while Northwest will improve to 2-0. Their sports having legendary years thus far. Jackson takes it inside and swatted by Pennington. Pennington, 4 or 5 blocks by now. You cannot stop him on defense or on offense. Burton 2 inbound for the Aviators. Sears in the corner. Schreibel, top of the arc. Schreibel directing traffic, the end around. Burton takes it. Yaros kicks back out. Jackson, Schreibel from downtown. It's in! Schreibel the 3 and the trash talk. He now has 11 off the bench. 53-44, Northwest in the driver's seat. 3:30 left to go. And a timeout called by the Indians. Alliance doing all they can to stay alive. Northwest seemingly has put the dagger in the Aviators. 53-44, Northwest leads when we return. (53-44) Northwest in the lead over the Alliance Aviators. If you are just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening as we are in day 2 of our triple header, as tomorrow it concludes at Marlington. Pennington out of the break, gets the bucket and one. Tristan Pennington, one of the 3 prolific scorers for Northwest, continues to keep the cushion intact. He now has 15 points. A free throw made here makes it 16. He does. 16 points for Tristan Pennington as Northwest is well on their way to a victory. J.R. Jackson directing traffic. Goes top of the arc on the screen from Hayes. Jackson spinning inside the paint. The floater, it's in. Jackson single-handedly trying to spark a comeback still. 10 points separate Northwest and Alliance. It continues to appear that the Indians will win. Hearn, and it looks like we have an off-ball foul. And it's on Northwest, Carson Nicky. And I believe that is Nicky's 4th of the ball game. 56-46, 2:59 left to go in regulation. Once again, Alliance back here on Friday as they welcome in Salem. Into the corner, Hayes takes it inside, kicks it out. Brisker in the paint, pivoting, bounce pass, Schreibel with 11, blocked, and a jump ball called. Once again, going back to the nuance call, if it's blocked, but the ball doesn't leave the player's hands on the shot, jump ball is the call 9 times out of 10 in the OHSAA. Wide pass, Burton unable to get it. Badger plays it forward, Brisker takes it, good moves. Burton keeping the play alive in the paint, floats it up and in. Hung up there for a good minute, giving the Aviator faithful a mini heart attack as a timeout is called. 56-48, Alliance trails Northwest. We will keep it here for this break. So far, Northwest, once again, Chase Badger, Tristan Pennington, and Tyler Pappas, the big 3, all the Indians have needed for success tonight. A couple other players making impacts, but without those 3, or at least without one of those 3, we have a completely different ball game on our hands. all of them, they play their role, and they play it well. J.R. Jackson, the leader of Alliance, doing it himself tonight, tallying up his points real quick. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, 15, 16, 18, 20, 22 points for J.R. Jackson out of the 48 for Alliance. He has done all he can do tonight. Alliance, if they go the fouling route with 2:33 to go, they have no more to give. Actually, they changed it. They have one more to give, but still, they can easily send Northwest to the line and quickly. The Indians will take over possession. No hurry. The only thing on their mind right now, sealing the victory. Pennington, high point, plays it up to Pappas. The Indians playing quicker than expected as they get the ball over half court. Pennington matched up against Brisker. Pennington pivoting. They wanted a travel call, not given. Badger. Tristan Pennington matched up against Cash Brisker. Hayes there too. An up and down, not called, it doesn't matter. Alliance gets it back. Jackson up the floor, bounce pass, Burton inside, puts it up, hook, and in! High pass up the court, Badger on the other end, no good, and it bounces out of play, a big call, and it will stay with Northwest. Actually, it looks like they flip it. It goes to the Aviators. Who doesn't want some Tuesday night drama? Well, this is the part of the show where we clip after they went up by 12 that the dagger has been inserted. Kicked out of bounds by Chase Badger. Looking forward to seeing Northwest again next Tuesday as they welcome in Marlington. That will be our last game we cover of 2024. Still a week away, still a few more games in between. But seeing the way Chase Badger, Tristan Pennington, and also Pappas have played, I want to see him again. Jackson to the rim and in! Alliance within 4! Jackson has 24! On a play, and it will stay with Northwest. 1:33 left to go. The Aviators making a last gasp effort. Definitely far from over. Hearn to inbound. Inside, Pennington loses it and fouled. Fourth foul of the frame against the Aviators. They have no more to give. 56-52. Northwest hanging on by a thread. Another inbound coming from Hearn. Hearn running out of time. High point Pennington. Pappas. Pappas, potentially your player of the game. Pennington takes it inside and is fouled. They wanted to carry, they don't get it. The Indians will go to the charity stripe. A minute 22 on the clock, but we're going to be here a while, ladies and gentlemen. If that play is any indicator, it's time for the fouling game. 9 times out of 10, it doesn't result in a win, but you play it for that 1/10, that miracle result, the one that you will remember for years to come. Pennington, all eyes on him. His first. Bounces out, no good. Parker Kraft subbing in, and he will replace Lance. A huge free throw upcoming for Tristan Pennington. He needs this one. Northwest needs this one. He delivers. Northwest back up by 5. Brisker going quickly. 1 minute 20 to go. Almost a travel, not called. Burton the corner 3. Bang! Burton the triple. Timeout Alliance. Northwest wanted a travel. Burton says, I don't care about your feelings. Here's a 3. 1 possession game. Unbelievable. 57-55. But wow, what a storyline, walking you through what has been an exciting second half. Northwest dominating throughout the majority of it, but at the end, Alliance showing plenty of fight. They are not done yet. A very good game. This has been one of the best games the city has seen in a long while. Close, back and forth. Going to a football analogy, you have to look back last month, the last gasp win against Marietta for Mount Union in what will go down as one of the greatest games at Karas Stadium. That game had it all. A lot of intrigue, a lead for Marietta down the stretch, but the home team gets the win. Do the Aviators at the high school level replicate Mount Union's job at the collegiate level and get a shock big win late? The Aviators will huddle. Speaking from experience, the only other game I've covered these Alliance Aviators, they took down my alma mater by 10, and they did it by playing Alliance Aviator basketball. Play that way, they will win. Full court press, Badger gets it up, and Northwest will try and stall. 1 minute left to go in regulation. Here comes the shot. It is no good. Rebound Aviators. Burton pushing the floor. It's 2-on-1. Burton to tie. It's in. Tie ball game. And it and one. Unbelievable. Cam Burton, are you serious? And in the end, it looks like they're going to flip it. An offensive foul called at the end. Burton saw the light of day, but Northwest survives. And an off-ball foul, an offensive foul goes against Northwest. What are we seeing? I can see on the other side, Sam Berkwin calling the game on radio. He's out of his seat. He knows what to expect. He's seen a lot of good games, but this one might be the best we will see in a long while. Burton to inbound. High pass. Jackson keeps it in play. Brisker back to J.R. Jackson. Jackson tries to get rid of it. He is fouled. Fourth foul of the frame going against Northwest. No more to give. Cam Burton to inbound once again. Once again, if you tuned out and tuned back in, surprise, here come the Aviators. It's a 2-point game. After this last season of Guardians baseball, we called them the Cardiac Guards. Do we call these boys the Cardiac Aviators? High pass. Taken in by Hayes. Hayes to the basket. Outside. Jackson. Bang! Jackson gives the Aviators the lead. 58-57. Are you kidding me, JR? Here comes Northwest. Timeout called. Northwest stunned. The Aviators soaring. J.R. Jackson, are you serious? Full timeout called by Northwest. Once again, we thought this game was over. Everyone here thought it was over. 12-point game. Nope. Alliance flips it by 13 points. They lead at 58-57. It's J.R. Jackson. That man has willed the Aviators back into the contest. When everyone had given up, it's J.R. Jackson, the last man standing, number one. He's the man who gives the Aviators the lead. Northwest, what strategy do we see? Quick shot, last shot, a miracle, a heave-ho. A number of things can happen right now. What will happen? No clue. But still, going back to that Marietta game at Karas Stadium a couple weeks ago, around that 30-second mark was the touchdown, and around the 30-second mark was the three. Sports are poetic. Do we have poetry here? Pappas to inbound. Pennington, off-ball foul, and that will send Northwest to the line. Oh my. How is this even possible? The last two boys basketball games I've covered, the team winning fouls with less than 30 seconds to go. And Badger, he will have to wait a second. Two big free throws. QB1 needs two. The Aviators loud, we're tied. Chase Badger, he's had a decent amount of points today. That one might be the most important. This one for the lead, Badger, it's in! Badger restores the lead. Timeout called.
Timeout,
Northwest, the timeout. 30-second timeout called by the Indians. Once again, we will be back on tomorrow evening at Marlington as Minerva rolls into town to do battle with the Duke. 6:45 tip, streaming live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Then Friday, Saturday, our next quote-unquote doubleheader, Alliance Salem, 7 p.m. boys basketball here, and then back on Saturday, 1:15 p.m. tip, Alliance Minerva girls basketball, and then we conclude our coverage of Alliance/Marlington athletics on the SmeeSports YouTube channel for 2024 at Northwest next Tuesday. To stay up to date on all the games I am covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live. Pushing to get to 300 subscribers by the end of our coverage of Alliance and Marlington next Tuesday. So if you're new and not subscribed, go down below and do so. Jackson taking it up the floor. 20 seconds left to go in this one. Jackson, screen from Schreibel. JR in front of his bench, takes it in, puts it up, it's in! JR Jackson, the floater! Here comes Northwest, 5 seconds. Pennington takes it in, puts it up, no good, the putback, not there, time's over! Alliance wins it! Alliance wins it! J.R. Jackson, the hero of the Aviators. Your final, Alliance 60, Northwest 59. Unbelievable. Your player of the game, who else but J.R. Jackson? J.R. Jackson, the hero the Aviators needed. He has a bright future ahead of him. Alliance wins on their home court. They start off 1-0. A lot of big victories in the last 12 months from the Aviators. The playoff win against Holy Name, and this one against Northwest. Once again, we will be back on tomorrow at Marlington as the Dukes welcome in Minerva. To stay up to date on all the games I'm covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest 2024 on Twitter, and subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel and enable push notifications to be notified when I upload or go live, trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of our coverage of Marlington and Alliance next Tuesday. So if you're new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing and it greatly helps out the channel. But with that, that does it from Harry Fales Gymnasium. I am Nathan Smee. Thank you for spending your Tuesday evening with us here in Alliance. Have a good night, everyone, and we will see you tomorrow at Marlington.